What's going on, Baby Doge Army? It is Marcellus back with another video. We got to talk about Baby Doge. We're going to be talking about the Binance listing that could possibly be finally coming. So they just dropped a little bit of a hint, and we're going to kind of try to dissect this inside of the video. So definitely go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. But let's see what we have today. And after all of this, we're going to do a technical analysis as well. So first things first, let's kind of talk about Binance here. So yesterday they posted this on the 1st of September. Today's the 2nd. But this is what they said on the 1st of September. They pretty much said they're going to be listing another coin. But before they actually said they're going to list another coin, they also been posting these. They've been posting little hints towards Baby Dogecoin. And every single poll, Baby Dogecoin has been winning. If you check Binance, you're going to see Pancake Swap on there. You're going to see Chainlink on there. But you're not going to see Baby Doge on there. So all these other coins are on it, but it's kind of looking like this is what people really want on Binance. They want Baby Doge, and this has been popping up over and over again. And if you actually go over to the post that they did earlier today, because not only did they do a post yesterday, they also did another post earlier on inside the month with Baby Doge in the mention, pretty much saying which one's not a real dog coin. But everyone chose Baby Doge because everybody's just going to choose Baby Doge because they just want Baby Doge on Binance. So anything Baby Doge and Binance, people are just going to end up choosing. But they did say something that was very important. They said this: new month equals new listings coming your way. So they said, what crypto projects should we consider next on the platform for low fees and high staking rewards? Well, with the Baby Doge swap coming out, it's definitely going to be a lot easier to stake Baby Doge on Baby Doge swap. And then on top of that, Baby Doge swap is going to have lower fees, and they've been talking about that, and high staking rewards. So I think this could be a little hint at Baby Doge being listed onto Binance. And everybody, of course, in the comment section is going to say Baby Dogecoin. So nobody in here is going to pretty much be like not Baby Doge. Everybody in here is going to be pushing for Baby Doge to get listed to Binance. So that's just how it is. And I really think that this could be the beginning of the end, right? So I definitely think that this could be a really big thing for Baby Doge. I really do believe that they're quite possibly talking about Baby Doge here, and it's been Binance US posting it. So maybe they're just posting it here and not hinting it to the overall Binance community, only hinting it to Binance US to see if everyone else will catch on. But I'm going to let you know this right now. If this is for Baby Dogecoin, they're not only going to list it on Binance US. Typically, you'll see it getting listed on Binance first, and then it gets listed to Binance US. So I think this could be a huge opportunity for everyone. And I definitely think if this is Baby Doge, they're probably going to go Binance and then Binance US. So we don't know 100% if this is for sure, but we do know they've been teasing this for a while. And if they're saying every single month they're going to have new listings, even if it's not this month, we have next month, the month after that. One of these months, they're going to be listing Baby Doge, and they're just hinting at it day by day by day with posts like this. So I definitely think Baby Doge has huge potential here, especially because if you think about it, Baby Doge is one of the largest communities out there in crypto. This is 1,611,745 holders, 1.6 million holders inside of Baby Doge. And every single day, we've been getting close to 300 to 400 new holders every single day inside Baby Doge. We're doing daily burns. Just inside of burns, we have 8.53K $1,000 pretty much burned inside of Baby Doge, 8.53K. And then that comes out to about 6.68 trillion Baby Doge burned within the last 24 hours. So there's just a lot of different factors that shows Baby Doge has the potential to get listed to Binance. And as well, when you look over here and they're talking about the low fees for Binance, they're talking about the high staking rewards and the low trading fees. But whenever you come over here and you look at Baby Doge Swap, that's the same exact thing. And this is just our test net. So we have those low staking or those low fees for transferring and buying Baby Doge and other stuff on the Baby Doge Swap. But then we have also the high earning for staking, for farms, pools, all that good stuff. So this could be the beginning for Baby Doge. So I'm just saying now, if we get listed to Binance, Baby Doge is not going to wait for nothing. It's just going to go straight to the moon. But like I said, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor at all. But let's talk about some of the more stuff here with our technicals with Baby Doge. So let's talk about some of that stuff. First of all, you see everything in the market has kind of just been trading sideways. We're sideways on almost every single crypto here, which is kind of a good thing. We found our bottom. Well, not really our bottom, but we found a stable point for our support. And 19K is seeming like a good point for our support. But we're going to talk about why this could be broken very soon. So first, you want to look over here at our overall Baby Doge chart. This is for the 15-minute chart. It's been trading sideways. Not much new here for Baby Doge. We still have the same 20 the same 1250 the resistance up here for our first Fibonacci retracement, right? And then after that, we have the red bar up here, which brings us all the way up to about 1350. So that brings us to our next resistance area after 1250. We have that 1350 resistance. And also, if you look at it from the downside, you can see something else for baby doge. But before we look at that, you can also see these other supply and demand areas from 1520 all the way up to 1620. And then you have more up here around 1760 really to like 1700. We have a low demand area pretty much for baby doge. That's what all the red bars are meaning. Now, if we look at the downside of what baby doge could end up doing, if we were to continue to go down, which would just be a really good buying opportunity, to be honest, then what we would see is again 9Z9. I've been mentioning this. And if I've been mentioning it, then I definitely believe that's probably where we're going to go next. If we cannot break above our 1250 support, 9Z9 is almost inevitable if we cannot break above that 1250 support. So we just have to get above pretty much 1250 and stay above 1250 and hopefully even get back above this low demand area for baby doge around 1350. So that's pretty much what we're trying to get above now. But it still says that we're bearish within the last 24 hours by 60%. So we're still showing that we're 60% bearish. And also, if you look over here at the 4-hour chart, you can also see that baby doge is still at this red less demand area. So this supply and demand area is supply and demand of less demand. We have less demand right here in this area. So it definitely looks like if we cannot break past that 1250 resistance, then what you will inevitably see is that 9Z9 area. And it's looking like we're building this new red area here. If you actually look at my previous videos, they were way smaller than this area, but this area just keeps getting larger and larger because we are now starting to pretty much set this as our new resistance in our new less demand area, because we had a little bit of demand here, but then we just lost that demand and we never ended up getting back into that red area, and we're just kind of trading sideways right below the area there. So that's one thing that you could look at here for baby doge, one perspective. But overall, even when you look at the 24-hour market control, it still shows 100% bearish in the last 24 hours when you look at it from the long term. So right now, we still have a lot of time to wait with baby doge. And if we do pull back to 9D9, then that's just a really good buying opportunity. But see, at this Binance listing, it could change all of that. The baby doge swap, the main net, that could change everything. So if we get the main net coming out, as well as Binance coming out towards the same amount of time, then what we're probably going to end up seeing is a nice pump coming from baby doge if we get both of those coming out around the same time. So that's something good for baby doge. Now for Bitcoin in general, let's just kind of go ahead and look at the 5-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, and the 1-hour chart. So for Bitcoin, you see that we just now came off of the support area for Bitcoin. That support pretty much brings us down to about 19.8K on the low side and almost around 19.9K. So we hit the support, right? And then we try to break above it, but we just don't have enough momentum. And now what you're seeing is baby doge going back to that support. Or I mean, Bitcoin going back to that support here. So we're probably going to end up seeing Bitcoin landing again inside the 19.8K support. And remember, this is just the 5-minute chart, so it's very short term. That's why it looks so small here. But when you look at it from a little bit of a larger perspective, we're going to see the 15-minute chart and then eventually the 4-hour chart. But when you look at it from this chart right here, which is the 15-minute chart, you can see we already bounced off a very low support before all of this was happening. So around 19.6K yesterday, we bounced off that and we kind of built enough momentum to get all the way up here, but we got rejected at that top resistance line here. And since we got rejected at that resistance line, now you're seeing Bitcoin going back down. Now it's saying there is high activity expected in this area for the institutional investors. That's what the high activity expected is, the dark pools and institutional investors. But something you want to watch out for is on the oscillator. So even though it's saying high activity, it's not necessarily saying buying or selling. So when you look at these indicators, you have to look at it from the perspective of it could be buying or selling. So you have to go off the oscillator as well as the 24-hour market control. The 24-hour market control tells us that we're bearish by 80% within the last 24 hours. And then when you look over here at the oscillator, it shows that we were overbought previously, but now we're going down and we're having less buying and they're having more selling pretty much, which is a bearish signal. That's why you see this right here. And then the next buying wave is probably going to be smaller. The next selling wave a little bit larger. Next buying wave a little bit smaller. And then the next selling wave significantly larger. So it's probably going to look like something like that, to where it just is going straight to the downside with selling. So we're probably going to see a lot more selling coming in. And see, if this is the real thing that actually happens with baby doge, then it's going to show, yeah, we have high activity here, but it's high selling. So what you're going to end up seeing is pretty much Bitcoin going all the way back down to about 19.5K. And that's something a lot of analysts have been talking about. They've been talking about the 19.5K support being met very soon, because we keep meeting the same 19.5K support, which is heavy support for us, by the way. We hit the same support way back here, 28th of August. We hit the same support back here, the 30th of August, the same support right back here around the 1st of September. And now it looks like we're about to hit the same support probably tomorrow of the 3rd or the 4th of September. And if you go all the way back for Bitcoin, you're probably going to end up seeing more and more times where we hit this area if you actually go back and look at the 4-hour chart. So looking at the 4-hour chart, you can see this is a significant area for us. We're always hitting this same area. So I just want to go ahead and show you that. So as you can see, Bitcoin first did hit way down here at 18.2K, but then it started to stop around 18.8K, 19K, and then it just started creating higher highs. So something that is looking like a good pattern here is the higher highs that Bitcoin's been creating. And it kind of also looks like the highs were getting a little bit higher too for a little bit there. So this is what I mean. This higher or this low right here is higher. This low is higher. This low is higher. This low is higher. And then it kind of reset itself down here and then traded sideways. But if we look at the patterns that we had here, we traded sideways a little bit before we dropped. And then again, we traded sideways a little bit before we dropped again. So is it going to do the same thing where we're trading sideways? And then if it is, then technically tomorrow we should see that next drop inside of Bitcoin, pretty much bringing us to about 18.1K, possibly 18.5K, somewhere around there. So that's probably what we could see here for Bitcoin if we follow this scenario here. Now, let's say we don't follow this scenario here and we follow this scenario where we then start to try to create higher lows and higher highs. Because look, the highs got higher and higher and higher, and then we broke the lower lows or the higher lows that we had set. So we could have a whole reversal where we just start this over again and then start creating higher lows all over again, and then also start creating higher highs all over again. And then seeing Bitcoin, doing that and slowly moving up. So these are just two scenarios, or really 3 or 4 scenarios that could possibly happen. But hey, either way, one of these has to happen. But like I said, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what I'm seeing here with the charts. I'm just following the patterns here. And according to the patterns, we should be having a nice little movement to the upside, or we should be having a bad movement to the downside, back down about 18.5K. Now, something else that could also help you navigate this is this. So over here, you can see it shows we were oversold. So when we went down here, sold at this area, it's showing that it was oversold, which is kind of a good signal. And that's a good signal here pretty much because as that was oversold, now it's showing that this was a little bit overbought, which I know is just a little bit of a buying area, but you got to think about it. The selling is slowing down. So this selling area is now larger than this one. So this one is getting smaller. And then the next one, the third one, is going to be on the upside, and that's going to bring in our purchasing area. So that's probably what we're going to end up seeing here now. Maybe like a little bit of a purchasing area, bringing us back up to 20K, and then from there, quite possibly dropping again. But there is a bullish signal here when you look at the oscillator. You can see a little bit of a green wave forming up, which is a purchasing wave. And if you look really closely, it's right here. It's forming up. So as that green wave starts to form up, you're going to probably end up seeing Bitcoin rising up to about 20.8K, 20.7K. And then from there, we'll have to do another technical analysis and see where we go pretty much. But hey, that's all I got for you all today. Definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. As always, I'll be back with another video.